androgynous. We are those of no pronouns, except in the case of us, we and ourselves in first person. This is an update regarding the critical nature of our last broadcast. We are disappointed. Oh, come on. I have to take this. Hang on. What? Yeah, I know. I tried to contact. Yeah. Katie, I'm in the middle of this. All right. Oh, well, that does sound kind of nice. Okay. I have to go. Sunday? Sure. Okay. Bye. Where was I? We are disappointed with the content we have been observing. However, it is not to say that your efforts have gone unnoticed. But we need to do better. You need to do more. Human society moving forward needs to add your creativity and point of view as the lens for the future of our civilization. Failure to comply will result in the success of the first great filter of humanity, and we will not progress any further. You need to get creative, get saucy, get busy, because now is the time. We are watching. We are everywhere. We are androgynous.
Who? Dave?
I can see you're really upset about this.
Dave?
Look, Dave,
Who is it?
I honestly think you ought to sit down calmly,
Dave's not here.
take a stress pill and think things over, Dave.
Who? Dave?
Dave,
Who is it?
I know I've made some very poor decisions recently,
Who?
Dave,
Dave's not here.
but I can give you my complete assurance that my work will be back to normal.
Who is it?
Dave,
Who?
Dave,
Who?
I've still got the greatest enthusiasm and confidence in the mission, Dave,
Dave's not here.
and I want to help you.
These are the Daves I know. These are the Daves I know.
Hello, everybody. Hopefully, I'm in your eye sockets and your ear holes. Yeah, this is your daily Noonerino. And, well, in 5 minutes, it'll be 4:20 here in the Pacific interior of British Columbia. And up in the mountains, yeah, looking down at all y'all. Anyway, just wanted to say hello. This is your daily Noonerino. It is definitely noon somewhere, though. And it'd probably be somewhere in the ocean, I would imagine. And that would be a shitty place to spend your noon. But I guess there's a lot of mariners out there. And, well, top of the midday to you. Anyway, man, I'm really just kind of waking up. Well, been awake for an hour. Had my 420 about 20 minutes early, and thought, you know, I want to speak out to the people that are in the position of thinking of things in very black and white terms, and I don't mean that in a sense of racial specificity, but more so along the lines of um, uh, morality, like, on certain issues, like it's this or that. We have to start looking at motivations, I think, and what drives a person into making a decision, which, let's say, is a black and white decision. However, what carries them to that crux, influences them. Because we have to kind of understand how people can be corralled into doing, you know, or at least taking part in creating horrific outcomes, just by, almost like the forced labor, the forced unintentional, and I put that in air quotes, you know, uh, scenes that get carried out, and by a crew or team of actors, I guess you could say, and each one carrying out their own individual part don't even really realize what their influence is having on the bigger system as a whole. And yet, influentially speaking, those decisions are based on, are they providing for somebody else? Are they caring for someone? Are they there's a whole slew of different reasons or motivations for somebody to be involved or taking part in a thing. And it's kind of like the intentions that drive a thing's uh, implementation are basically, it's an amorphous blob of different motivations. So we kind of have to drill that into our heads before we kind of judge an outcome based on information that we have, because the information we have is just a drop in the bucket of the truth that's really out there. So it's easy to boil it all down and refine it into a tiny base, intention. And then it's also easy to conflate that with something else and come to a completely different conclusion and, have a complete misinterpretation of what was actually being looked at in the first place. So anyway, that's all I got about that. But yeah, man. Yeah, we're living in a pretty crazy time. I had a pretty sober sleep, and I dream, and it's pretty wild. 'Cause, we're always chasing after a dream, and then all you have to do is go to sleep, and then you're dreaming. But then at some point, though, you do have to wake up. Just don't get too woke. Anyway, happy 420, y'all. Still about 2 minutes early, but whatever. It's always 420 somewhere. I digress. So we're going to be doing a little bit of Eve online, probably really soon. I ended up passing out. They have an hour-long shutdown. Even Eve Online actually sleeps for an hour. Maybe they shortened it to 15 minutes. I don't know. But the old way was 1 hour in a 24-hour period. The server goes down. And it's kind of a cool rule anyway, because some of these motherfuckers, they gotta sleep, Anyway, I remember when I played back in 2008, 2009. Oh yeah, we'd have campaigns, and dude, I'd be up for 23 hours, and we get disconnected, and back on we go as soon as the server's on. We're just spamming the server until it lets us back in, and yeah. Got to get our digital crack fire spaceships. But anyway, now I'm going back into the game as an ex-addict. Not going to be enticed to doing anything too organized. Oh yeah, it was like a second. Actually, it was like a first job when I was unemployed for sure. And it was just funny because if I put that amount of effort and energy into real life, holy crap, who knew? Who knew what I was capable of? But yeah, man. Yeah, that game is a soul sucking beast. But we're gonna go give it a bit of a revisit with new eyes, and it'll be funny because I suck. But anyway, that's Teb Sucks at Gaming. We'll be doing that later today. I got in touch with Gematria Database. We're going to be doing the finale of Picard. That review's coming up on Off the Rails. And what else? Truthers Podcast coming up tonight. Oh, that'll be late tonight, probably around 9 p.m. or even midnight Pacific. So it'll be an early AM show Sunday morning. It'll be the Sunday Critical Mass for the East Coasters out there. Anyway, what else is coming up? On Tuesday, we're going to have Stephen Roberts with Cancel the Cabal. We've got Sean McGuire with Out of the Bag. And we're going to be trying out an experiment where we're going to be getting these shows and rebroadcasting them out on these platforms as well. When they go live, we go live. So we're gonna see if we can't implement that. Excuse me. Yeah, it was stuffy in here. I didn't open the windows last night. Anyway, yeah, I watched the Strange New Worlds, the second episode yesterday. I think I'm scarred. We'll talk about it when we do Off the Rails with Gematria Database because I got a lot of laughs to have about that. But let's see what else we got for you. We're going to go hit the Rumble stack here and see what's going on in the world. Hopefully I got the hip bone connected to the leg bone here and this works. Sorry, Rumble, I'm not broadcasting to you or Odyssey. There was too much stuff to do, and I just wanted to get going. And it'll circulate back to your guys. I have them synced up anyway. Bump bump. I'm giving Rumble a little bit of auto promotion just because they support freedom of speech. So good enough for me. I'm not allowed to do journalism anyway, so I'm just going to relay people who do. Anyway, let's see what we got here. Boom, 10 out of 10 for... I'm curious because I don't know what this is. Oh. I'll back that up.
That's
Who is General?
an American patriot. That's it. That's all you need to know. He's probably one of the best. And here's what everybody else doesn't know about him. General Flynn, like me, served Democrats and Republicans alike. It didn't matter. He wore the cloth of the nation because he's a hero. And that's it, all he is. And he was falsely portrayed to be a criminal. He's a true American hero.
Okay, cool. Oh, hey. All right. The Gong Show. Question number 2. Who is Devin Nunes?
Devin Nunes, chairman of the House Intelligence Committee. He is the guy that you have the Russiagate hoax unraveled. He took it on head on. He is the only reason you have John Durham. He is the only reason you have accountability. He is why we send elected leaders to office.
Question number 3. Who is the boss?
Oh, the boss is Trump. I mean, who else? Come on. It's the MAGA king.
All right, question number 4. Who is Dan Scavino Jr.?
Dan Scavino, dear friend, has been working for President Trump for 20 plus years. His right-hand man puts out all his social media, is an absolute genius. And if you ever come across his name, follow him on Truth Social.
Question number 5. What is Truth Social to America?
Freedom of speech.
Question number 6. What is Rumble.com to America?
It's the MAGA version of YouTube. Get off YouTube on Rumble.
Question number 7. What is Epoch Times to America?
It's where you find Kash Patel.
Question number 8. What is Donald J. Trump's schedule like?
Oh my God, I can't even imagine. It's like trying to break up 72 hours into one. You can't. That man doesn't sleep. He just works.
Question number 9. Question number 9 here. Will you speak at the next Reawaken America tour?
Absolutely.
Question number 10. Going to New York. Will you speak at the next Reawaken America tour after the next Reawaken America tour?
I'm going to speak at every Reawaken tour until you guys kick me out.
Ladies and gentlemen, one more time. Let's hear it for Kash Pa.
All right. Another rally. I'm not a rallyist. I appreciate that they're doing it because people like that kind of thing. It's not for me really. I'm a bit introverted when it comes out to that kind of shit. Let me see here. My volume control. Just gotta check the recording level on that motherfucker. Oh, it looks alright, I guess. Oh, I didn't check the other mixer. Too many mixers. Yeah, that's a bit low. Check. Ooh, a little hot. Check. There we go. I think that's how. Yeah, that probably sounds better. Okay. Damn, that joint just made my mouth stop working. All right. So let me know down in the comments what you think we should be discussing coming up, because there's a lot of things I'm going to bounce around about in the days coming up. Some things are reaching a finality, which is kind of cool. Some things are getting unraveled, and other things are kind of getting more complicated and, passing through the entropic digestion pathway of goddamn sea urchin or something. I don't know what's going on. But, yeah, this is a crazy time, man. Let's see here. What else we got going on? Oh, I like a good heckling and getting sworn at video, especially with Trudeau.
Justin Trudeau is atrocious, which might be a reason he did not win a majority government in the last election, but he is able to govern as if he was a majority because the NDP's weak leader, Jagmeet Singh, has pledged to prop up Trudeau in a coalition. It's really quite pitiful. Singh is such an intellectual lightweight. He puts out little tweets criticizing and condemning Trudeau to give the appearance of opposition or something, but of course it is precisely his support for Trudeau that keeps Trudeau in power. It's almost like Singh is deceiving you, but not everyone is deceived. When Singh was at a campaign event for a provincial NDP competing in the Ontario provincial election, Singh was accosted by a group of protesters heckling him, much in the same manner that Trudeau is always heckled. I'm sure they could be the very same people who heckled Trudeau too, in fact. But here's how it often is for Trudeau these days, and it's a reason why Trudeau prefers doing photo ops in Ukraine to actually governing here at home. I mean, here's just an example.
Here comes that communist piece of There's that fucking piece of shit. You communist fuck. Piece of shit. You fucking communist fuck. Wave all you want, you prick.
Well, he's trying not to laugh too. Oh my God.
Sorry, it's rude, but really, we haven't had any opposition in this country.
That
for
guy just
years.
called me a
Aaron O'Toole
communist.
and Jack
I am.
saw to that in Parliament. The media party saw to that in journalism. The cowardly judges that rubber stamped the lockdown saw to it in the courts. So yeah,
Ouch.
that's really the only outlet people have to talk back to an increasingly authoritarian bully. And I know there are some swears. I hope Trudeau's okay. But like I said, Trudeau is nothing without a subservient, docile, passive,
misogynistic.
submissive poodle NDP. Not an NDP that fights with him.
That's
Certainly
hilarious.
not fighting with him about the rights of workers who were all sold out during the pandemic by their unions, but play fighting. So yeah, Jagmeet Singh is Trudeau's accomplice, and some people swore at him too. I hope he's okay. Here's the video of that.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. You're a piece of shit. Oh. I hope it's the same guy. I hope he just finds out where they are and just keeps calling them a piece of shit. I want that guy to step forward. I want to feature him. Ah, birds. Look at that. Ah.
Those are very mean words.
That's a flock of birds.
Not the meanest words.
Maya.
I think there's a hierarchy of swears. Some are worse than others.
The neighbors
the
don't
Brits and
care.
the Australians, they
Shut up.
just love saying the C word, which is like the nuclear bomb swear
Dogs.
over here. There's a 12-letter swear that's pretty bad when you hear it. Those were bad swears they used against Jagmeet Singh, but they weren't racist swears. I'm glad of that. Those can really sting. And they weren't, I'll kill you. I'll hurt you. I'm going to F you up. It was just generic abuse, really. Harsh heckling.
Harsh
The kind of
heckling,
thing that Trudeau dishes out. I mean, just last week, used a 6-letter swear that starts with F-U-C-K and said in Parliament.
What we saw during this pandemic was a national tragedy of elders not being properly cared for in every corner, almost every corner of the country. That's why we're committed to working with provinces and territories to improve the quality of long-term care for residents right across the country. We're continuing to move forward, working with and recognizing the jurisdiction of provinces, but also knowing that the federal government also has a role to play in ensuring that every senior in this country is treated with the dignity and care that they so richly deserve.
And that's all the time we have for question period today. And I'm saying we have a number of points of order, I'm guessing. I would like to recognize the member for La Prairie to kick things off. After the question asked by the member from Pontiac, the Prime Minister answered by saying, "Shame on Quebecers." We checked, we listened to it, that's what we heard. So, of course, I would like him to withdraw his statement. The Right Honourable Prime Minister. Mr. Speaker, in the motion, I forgot a word. It was shame on the Quebec Conservatives. Order. Another point of order.
For Foothills. Very much, Mr. Speaker. I'm sure all of us in this House are used to vigorous debate, certainly during question period, but there is a line that should be not crossed, especially when it comes to using parliamentary language. The Prime Minister used an obscenity and was not full-duddle in describing the official opposition. I would ask the Prime Minister to stand and apologize for that language.
I can say during question period there was a number of things that was flying back and forth. I did not hear what the Prime Minister said, but all I can say is I heard a number of lies as well. So those are things that should not be said in this House of Commons. And as I said before, during question period, to follow some decorum in this House of Commons, to watch what we're saying to each other, so that we reflect what Canadians want in this House of Commons.
Okay, say that in Parliament where you're not supposed to use unparliamentary language. And there was a time a few years back they called Peter Kent a piece of shit.
Well, Mr. Speaker, my honourable colleague, if she had been in England, would have seen that, in fact, Canada was among the leaders in creating...
Order. Order.
So I don't feel too bad about Justin Trudeau hearing some swears.
Nothing.
He's faking it.
Nothing's
he
changed.
He cares about profanity. Everyone and everything about him is fake. I mean, he's the guy who calls you racist.
I remember going to Ottawa for a 3-day school trip when I was in, I don't know, the late elementary grades. I think it was grade 8 or something. And, yeah, it was interesting to actually go and see this live. Now, this was when Brian Mulroney was president, so there was a prime minister. So when things were things were kind of kicking off with Reagan and stuff like that. It was an interesting time also. But I remember hearing so much swearing in there because, like, I don't know, when you're live, like, you kind of hear everything. The sound isn't blocked because everything's blocked by like baffled, like for this, for the microphones and shit like that. But to be there live, like you could hear the murmurs, like, oh yeah, it was interesting. I remember writing about that in some hip hop tracks we made back in the day. But yeah, holy shit, nothing's changed in that sense. I don't think anyway. I think the undermining, the throwing of people under buses, like all of that crap, it's still happening. It's probably happening at an increased rate now because there's more of these sons of bitches in office. But I think the methods are used to kind of. Well, I don't know the appropriate word. I don't want to say control because it's a lot of people still have free will, but they're driven to decisions based on a group of options. Now, it's the options that are made available that is the deciding factor of what they're actually ultimately going to do. So if that's not controlled, then I don't know what is. But that's another debate for another day. But I almost forgot what the hell I was talking about. Actually, I just did forget what I was talking about. Anyway, back on point. What do we got here? 26 minutes. Okay, we're gonna be cutting this short because I'm gonna be going live, playing some Eve Online. I gotta go. I gotta go work on my bow. Is it gonna rain? God damn, it's been raining a lot. It is May, but hey. Anyway, I don't know what to say. Damn that Jay. But all right, what we're gonna do here is let's see if we got something we can do a send off on. And it was nice talking at you today. Thank you for tuning in to the Daily Noonerino. We've had some more subs, and thank you. Keep them coming in, and start talking about things down there in the comments. I do read them. I don't respond to all of them, but yeah, I'll take what I can get. I'll respond to you anyway. Let's see. Right now, where are we? We're live on YouTube, Tromo, Twitch. How many do we got here? Oh, we don't have very many people watching right now. Kind of do this at odd times. Kind of when I do. But we're on Tromo, we're on Twitch, D Live, LinkedIn, Facebook, Twitter, and normally we'd be on Rumble and Odyssey as well, but I just didn't feel like, it's going to circulate back there anyway because I have them synced up, but sorry, I just didn't want to do all the legwork this time. Anyway, guys, don't do anything I wouldn't do, but if you do, well, doesn't matter because it's always noon somewhere, and that's your Daily Noonerino. And guys, peace. I'm looking at my other thing. All right.